Thanks for staying for sports, and on Saturday, lots of history made in Class A soccer. We start over in Laurel, where it did take some late game heroics, but eventually the Lady Locos brought home their third state championship in the last 4 seasons. This was the 7th straight state championship appearance for Laurel, but the first time they were at home in the final game of the year. They took on the unbeaten Whitefish Bulldogs, and despite dominating both possession and shots on goal, Laurel found themselves down 2-0 with 17 minutes to go.
I was feeling pretty pressured myself, but I just kept telling them, don't panic. We've been here before, and just keep grinding it out and find your opportunities, and they have to stay connected.
A shot from the top of the 18 from Mason Cotter pulled one back, then Grace Wagner scored her first goal of the season from 40 yards out to send the match into overtime.
I literally put my hand over my mouth and I couldn't believe it, and everybody was just surrounding me, so it was amazing.
From there, it was all Locos with Morgan Mack, one of 8 seniors on the roster, slotting home the game winner.
They are just that driven that they will do whatever it takes, and that's our motto this year.
It's just amazing to even be out here on the field with them, and I'm filled with so much joy, and I'm so happy.
The win gives Laurel its 4th state championship in school history, and they join Billings Central as the only Class A teams to go back-to-back. On the boys' side, the Whitefish Bulldogs made history this weekend. Its 3-0 victory over Columbia Falls made them the first ever Class A soccer team to win 3 state titles in a row. Whitefish has been so dominant the last 3 years that it hasn't even lost a game in that stretch, and one of its 2 non-wins in that stretch came in a tie against the Wildcats earlier this season. Junior Gabe Meneke had 2 goals in the chipper, and he was aided by the top scorer in Class A, Brandon Mendoza.
We saw it coming at the beginning of the year. I mean, we were predicted we'd get here. I think the focus just came from within our team, not just against other teams.
In volleyball, Manhattan Christian won the 12C district championship on Saturday behind the strong play of Kirsten and Caitlin Van Kirk. Athleticism runs in this family for the Van Kirks. Both parents played basketball at Boise State, and their older sister Kelly right now is playing volleyball for the Grizz. Kirsten will follow in her family's footsteps as she recently committed to play for the Broncos, but for right now she's thankful to have her younger sister by her side as her teammate.
I think that it's definitely super special. We've grown up playing together, so to get to play together in high school too is really fun.
How about winning this championship together and kind of making this run? How does that feel?
It's definitely super exciting. Our team all works super well together, and then just to get to do it with my sister and my best friend too is awesome.
Some hockey now, and the Great Falls Americans may play on ice, but they've been on fire, winning 16 straight games dating back to last season. Americans looking to continue that hot streak, but they'll have to wait another week dealing with multiple cancellations due to COVID-19 concerns. With the long delay, the worry is the team may lose focus and not compete at that high level, but head coach Greg Sears says that's not a concern for him or his team at all.
A huge benefit for the guys, and a good chance for us as a coaching staff to look at some of our younger guys. We set up exhibition games against each other yesterday and tomorrow, so some inter-squad games, and get to kind of see some guys who've kind of been in and out of the lineup, and see what they can bring to the table this week.
Finally, it's time for the SWX Hit Play of the Week. We go back to that championship match in Laurel.
The SWX Hit Play of the Week is brought to you by American Auto Body.
Hit play has to go to Grace Wagner, the junior's first goal of the year from 40 yards out. That tied it up for the Locos, and as you heard, they would win the Class A state title in overtime, 3-2 over Whitefish. Wagner started crying on the field. What a moment for the Locos. Plenty of goosebumps and lots of emotions for Laurel on Saturday. Well, that's your look at sports. We'll be right back after this.